It's April 22, 2023, Earth Day. Do you remember where you were April 22, 1970? The very first Earth Day? I was right here. And it looked a lot like this, except for that house wasn't there, and that house wasn't there. We were actually more of a tight-knit community back then. The fewer neighbors you have, the more you know them, in my opinion. Anyhow, I embraced Earth Day. As a child, growing up, going to school, studying climate change out there in the National Seashore in 1975, when climate change was totally natural and we appreciated it. Cape Cod is only 13,000 years old. The ice receded. The ocean has come up 420 feet since then. And we've been gardening in this yard since then. And I recycle. I've been recycling everything. Glass, cans, paper. I even recycle my leaves and grass. So that's my pile of fresh leaves, and I'll put the grass on there, and then it composts into that. But you wouldn't believe the amount of CO2 that comes into the atmosphere due to my composting. But that's okay, because these trees need CO2 to live, and then they give back oxygen. It's photosynthesis, that and the sun responsible for life on Earth, and I really appreciate it. I was one of the first members of the Society for Environmental Journalists when I was at WLNE back in 1989. And I don't think anyone cares about the Earth more than me. So to be called some kind of skeptic or denier is just ridiculous. Now on to the weather. We have a layer of altocumulus and altostratus up there. It's indicative of warmer air trying to come in over the top of the cooler air that came in yesterday. The barometer ticked up a little bit in Boston this morning. Excuse me. So we have a barometer that's strengthening in eastern Maine, and we have a low-pressure system in Pennsylvania and New York that's running into a roadblock. It's called the negative North Atlantic Oscillation, and we have a negative tilted trough, and so therefore that rain that was in New York moved to the northwest into Ontario, and we have some showers and thunderstorms south of the low-pressure system. You can see the circulation there in southwestern Pennsylvania. Some severe weather in Virginia is going to decay because we're going to run out of the fuel, which is the warmer air trying to come north with the colder air already in place. The real cold air is in the middle of the United States. In Yellowstone Lake, Wyoming this morning, 1 degree above zero is another record low temperature, and we continue to have record late snows. Amount of snow on the ground in Anchorage to the amount of new snow that's falling in Minnesota and Colorado over the next few weeks. So, cold and snow is a natural reaction to if you warm the poles and melt the water in those arid conditions, you're going to end up with more snow. And we still have record cold on the map. So, all right, back to the weather. It's dry today, and I think this cloud is going to blow away because the wind is really going to pick up this afternoon from the south. And when the sun comes out, a few of us may get to 60 degrees. So it's not a bad Saturday. It's going to get quite windy, though, especially when the sun comes out, because that's going to mix down the upper level winds. And then that front finally makes its way in here late tonight and tomorrow. And we're going to end up kind of wet tomorrow. In parts of western Massachusetts, southern Vermont, we may end up with 1 or 2 inches of rain tomorrow. But note how the rain just kind of stops there in eastern Maine, running into that roadblock. We're going to have a low pressure developing on the front, and then it's going to be just sort of colder air coming in aloft. This morning, did I mention that the warmest weather in most of New England is at 4,300 feet on Mount Washington, where the temperature is in the lower 60s? It's about 53 here, so it's 10 degrees warmer on Mount Washington. Anyhow, that's called an inversion, and then tomorrow the cold air is coming in aloft, and we're going to start getting colder up in the sky, and then all week long we're going to have those April-type showers with some blue sky each morning, and then each afternoon with the heating of the sun, we're going to have those afternoon showers, and in the mountains it's going to be cold enough for snow showers. Angela, neighbor, taking care of Bert's garden. She lost her love of her life, her best friend. Regis just passed away, so she loves to hang out with Rex, and we really appreciate that, Angela, and the gardening you're going to do for us here. taking care of my dad's old garden. I think I'm going to get rid of that stuff right there today for you. Pop-up showers of rain and or snow are going to be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The mountaintops, Mount Washington, probably get about 5 inches of snow. It's been a very warm April. Now it's going to finish out cold. Next weekend, it looks like another front comes through on Sunday. Until then, all the weather systems want to miss us to the south. That is the organized low going south of us there on Thursday. And then the next front would come in next Sunday. So we definitely have a new rhythm going here with fronts trying to come in on a Sunday. And there's still quite a bit of cold air left. Here's the 850 temperatures. It's up around 6,000 feet. The blue is cold enough for snow. Purple is really cold, so we're not going to see any more purple, but the blue sticks around right into next Sunday is April 30th, and then Monday, May 1st. Actually, looks like it's going to start off kind of cold in May. Anyhow, anything can happen. Appreciation for the wonder and spectacle that is the atmosphere and the earth dynamic, and I have nothing but respect for it, and I'm continuing to be a student until the very last day. My dad put those instruments on the roof in 1975 or so, and they still function. Cape Cod weather. And then I got the webcam up there. All right, that's enough. I'll leave you with some shenanigans from yesterday. It turned into quite a pretty day, even though it was kind of chilly. Wildwood Street, 151 Old Bass River Road. I remember those days. Come on, Rex. Tame chickadee. Anybody home? There goes the neighborhood. Everyone's barking at me. They're barking at you, T-Rex. Who's that? May not have hit 70 today, but it certainly was a pretty day. And it was really comfortable working out in the sun. But now, as the sun goes down, you can really feel the chill. And I can actually feel the colder air dripping down this hill. So it looks like we are going to have some radiational cooling again this evening. High barometer, low thermometer. Low 50s right now. What's that? You ever think that you're being watched by a tree? What are you looking at? Look at the Rolling Stones on the other side of the fence over there.
I hear that.
Whoa! You almost stepped on a rabbit.
Wow.
Look at Elmer Fudd. You dressed up for the winter. What's going on? Damn. Oh, it's kind of cold.